Hello, and if you're someone who's clicked on my video, then you're obviously someone who's interested in backpacking, tenting, through hiking, either a weekend or a multi-day hike. And I'm about 2.5 weeks or so from the start date of my NOBO attempt of the Appalachian Trail this year. And I figured it'd be a great opportunity right now to look at some of my gear that I'm taking, primarily the 4 big ones that make up your base weight: my tent, my backpack, my sleep system, and also my cooking system. So let's take a look at each of those, and please feel free to put in any comments on gear that you've used or some of the gear I'm even planning to use. First up, let's take a look at the backpack that I'm going to be taking on my NOBO attempt this year. Your backpack is probably one of, if not the most important pieces of gear that you're going to use. I picked up this backpack about 3 years ago, and I have probably between 400 to 500 miles of backpacking experience with it, and it's been outstanding. When I purchased this, it was known as the Wind Rider 3400. It's now called the Wind Rider 55, which makes a lot more sense because it is a 55-liter bag. What I really love about this pack is that it's waterproof. It seals at the top with a strip of Velcro that rolls down, similar to a wet bag you would take whitewater rafting. It has really spacious mesh pockets on either side and in the back that you can easily fit Nalgene water bottles, or I usually put my water shoes or something of that nature in the back. It has cool accessories. As you can see here, it has a shoulder pocket where you can store your iPhone in, and in the front of it there's a little bit of mesh where you can put sunscreen. And then it also has a bottle pocket accessory that comfortably fits a 20-ounce smart water bottle. I took this backpacking in January over in Tanzania. My group and I did a summit of Kilimanjaro, and it really worked awesome. Another really cool accessory I like are these Hyperlight pods. They come in 2 sizes, a 9-liter, which they call it small, as well as a 13-liter, which is the large. And my tent, which I will talk about next, fits in the 13-liter, so it really makes it nice and easily to store, especially if you put it away wet. It won't get anything else wet in your bag. They're the exact shape of the bag, so when you fit them in, you use every square inch of your bag, which is nice too. Nothing moves around on you, and you get maximum space usage from your bag, which is key for sure. Next up is where I'll be calling home for the next 5 months or so, and that is the Big Agnes Copper Spur HV UL2 tent. I've always used a one-man tent, but I figure where I'm going to be on the trail for the next 5 months or so, the extra room may come in handy, if nothing more than to just stretch out and have a little extra space. I also ended up purchasing the footprint for it. I got a great deal. I shopped around 70% off, and the tent itself, I was able to pick up on eBay for $200 less than retail. Again, just be careful where you shop, but if you look around, you can get some pretty good deals to make your hike as affordable as possible. You can see here, set it up. Sets up really quick, probably 7 to 10 minutes. You can see I have my bag in there, and I'll talk about that next, but there's plenty of room on the side for my backpack or my shoes if they're dry and not too dirty, and just assorted things. I really like the rain fly. Has a lot of nice features, nice vents on the side, and also a really nice awning in the front. Next up is my sleep system, and starting with my sleeping bag, I picked this bag up on Amazon for under $100. It had over 1,100 ratings that were all very favorable, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. It's made by Nature Hike, and what I really like about it is it unzips on both sides and all the way around the bottom, so you can turn it into a blanket if you want. I sleep very warm, so it works well for me. If you are a cold sleeper, I would probably advise against this one, because as you can see here, the transition is around 32 degrees, and if it gets colder than that, it's probably not the bag for you. Just to hedge my bets a little, I picked up this Sea to Summit silk and cotton liner. It's supposed to give you an extra 5 degrees of warmth at night inside the bag, and I figure as I make my way north where I do sleep warm, I can use it as a quasi sleeping bag. This is my Sea to Summit pillow I just picked up. Haven't used this one, but I've used some similar in the past, so hoping this works well. And how I plan to stay comfortable on trail is my Thermarest pad. I picked this pad up about 12 years ago, and it has never failed me yet. Some of the Thermarest pads do get a bad rap for being crunchy and noisy when you toss and turn, but I do plan on spending most of my nights in a tent. So, and it's old, so it's not as crunchy as it used to be. I plan on keeping it inflated by using this Flex Tail Tiny Pump. I saw this and didn't know it was something that I couldn't live without, but I would not backpack without it now. I did a full review of it on my Instagram page, and I'll put a link in that in the notes. Next, on to my cooking system. And again, this is something else that I picked up 12 years ago. It is simple, but has never failed me. It is the Jetboil Zip. It's great because you can store the just under 4-ounce fuel right in it. It's very self-contained, doesn't take up a lot of room in your pack. Additionally, for my cook system, you'll see I've got a lighter and nothing more than a simple titanium spoon that I use when I eat. Thanks, and hope you enjoyed the video.